welcome or welcome back to Budgets and Dreams. My name's Jen and I'm on a journey to pay off an absolute boatload of debt, but we are very nearly there. We are hoping to have the last bits of the debt repaid by the end of June. Yay! So exciting. So we've been doing this for 2.5 years, trying to clear off our debt. And yes, it's going to be very strange when it is cleared, but yeah, I'm very, very proud of everything that we have managed to achieve. And we would not have been able to have achieved it without all of your support. Everybody who watches the videos all the time, comments all the time, even those of you who watch every now and then and comment every now and then, just all of your support. I mean, seriously, without that, I don't know where we would be. And I haven't got very good words today, but I'm just ever so grateful. Really, I really am. Anyway, enough of that. There's going to be plenty of that in June. So let's have a look at this week's affirmation. So a reminder of last week, my voice matters and I will speak up for what is right, which yes. So this week's affirmation, oh, awesome. I am free to be whoever and whatever I want to be. Oh yes, I love this so much. So this is something that I am coming to terms with myself and have been on a bit of a journey about figuring out who I actually am. So I spent a lot of my life trying to be what I thought everybody wanted me to be. And now, maybe with age, but maybe with understanding myself a bit more, I'm starting to realise that actually whoever I am normally is absolutely fine. And if other people don't like that, then that is 100% their problem, not mine. So yeah, you need to live your truth, people. So I'm not quite there yet, I will tell you that, but yeah, I'm getting there. I am free to be whoever and whatever I want to be, which is really funny, actually, that whatever I want to be part. I'm filming another video after this one, so bear that in mind because, yeah, there's something funny along those lines that I have to share with you. So that was this week's affirmation. So you might notice there's no cash in the tray. That is because we are doing an unstuffing and a stuffing all at the same time. So I need to unstuff for the credit card, but I've decided that rather than go to the bank and get the cash for the stuffing, then unstuff the credit card and take that back to the bank, I'm just going to unstuff the credit card, leave the cash stuffing money in the bank, and then use that money for cash stuffing, if that makes sense. Right, so before we do any unstuffing, I'm just going to whiz through the iPad stuff, so hyperjar and the budget. Really quick one this week, so won't take long. So this is the budget from the 10th to the 16th of May. Oh, sorry, we've got a rabbit. Don't worry, be hoppy. So from the 10th to the 16th of May, absolutely nothing went in and out that was unexpected. Just £2 extra on our Spotify bill, which was a bit of a shame, but never mind. So we finished on 325.31. So into this week, week 20, from the 17th to the 23rd of May, we've got a starting balance of 325.31. My salary's coming in at just under 2,400. We're going to unstuff £290 from the binders, but we're then going to restuff 219.50. I've got the 950 in change, so we'll just be restuffing 210 out of the 290 that we unstuff. I'll also be bringing in 77.63 from the business, and that's to pay off some business expenses that are on the credit card. And we're going to be unstuffing that money for my niece's birthday because I actually spent it. I was going to spend it in real life actual cash, but it turns out she just wants money. So I'm just going to digitally transfer it to her on her birthday. And then I've bought a couple of little things off of Etsy as well so that I can give her something physical. So all in all then, our available balance is £3,097.79. And then expenses, 340 in bills, 750 for our minimum debt payment, £90 has gone into hyperjar, 219.50 that we'll be stuffing, and then 18.69 is how much my niece's bits and bobs cost, including the £10 that I'm going to put over. So our expenses are £1,417 and our ending balance should be £1,680 at the end of the week, which is good because that's when all the big bills then come out the following week. So that was the budget. So let's have a look at hyperjar. Cool, so here we are in hyperjar then. So I've condensed it a little bit. I have got rid of the back to bank jar because I just never used it. And what else did I get rid of? Spare change because we've not been using that either. So we've got 85p left in groceries that we're going to move over to family meal, and we've got 90 quid in the wallet to move into groceries. No extra money from me going into Italy this week, but my sister did pop a chunk in last week to round it up to 800 because she's sweet. So Italy is now on 800. We did buy some ice cream finally. Yay, it was really lovely. So thank you everyone who contributed to that ice cream pot. Really, really appreciated. Oscar was so happy. And then also there's £2.30 in my Just For Me pot because I completely forgot it was there. I could have used that at the quiz, thinking about it, but never mind. Right, so I'm going to move these bits and bobs and I'll be back in a flash. So there we go, we've got 90 in groceries and family meal is now on £3.72. So that was it for hyperjar. So now let's play with some real cash monies with a twist. Right then, so we're going to start with the unstuffing. So I've got a pad here. So this is all the spending that we did, and then what we need to unstuff is the numbers that's in the brackets. There's a little asterisk against this one, and that money is just money that I was going to stuff, but I've just decided to keep it in the bank instead. Because that makes more sense. So for me then, there was a few little bits of spending. So £8.99 on KFC and £8.15 on dinner at the quiz. These were a couple of nights when Ben wasn't very well or something went wrong with dinner, I can't remember. And so I just sorted myself out for dinner those nights. I spent £5.99 on a little disposable vape. I'm trying to quit and it's not working, but I won't stop trying. And also I spent £2.06 on some sweets. I had a real hankering for some pick and mix. So I went to the cinema and I got some. So all in all, my credit card spending, which I shouldn't have done to be fair, was £25.19. So we're gonna unstuff £25, but that's staying in the bank. Then for budgeted spends, we spent £11.85 at the butcher and another £2.45 at the butcher, and then £11.70 on some dinner for Oscar, and that was for the same reason as one of these. Can't remember which, that one maybe. Yeah, don't remember. Anyway, so we're going to unstuff. So the total that we owe the credit card from budgeted spends is £26. We're going to unstuff 25, 20 in cash and 5 is staying in the bank. That I would have stuffed this week, but have just decided to leave it there. Then family fun, we bought some new fishies. So we spent £24.49 at the aquarium shop. We've got £160 to unstuff from petrol. Guess who did one of the petrol toppings up? Yes, that was me. That 1p is mine. Fuel, we're going to unstuff 60 to cover the £57 there. Dentist, we're going to unstuff 25 to cover the 24 there. And then the business, we're going to bring in the 77.63. So total that was spent from sort of binder money was 316.69, and then the business was 77.63. So the total bill is 394.32. But once we've unstuffed, we'll be up by about £3, I think, due to where we rounded up and rounded down in here. So that's enough of me talking. So let's actually get some money out. Right then, so budgeted spends is the first one, where we are taking £20. Sorry if there's loads of cuts again today. I've got a really I don't know if I'm getting poorly or something. My throat's not feeling great. So budgeted spends, we're taking out the £20 that's in there. There was only £20 in there. And you might notice I've taken all my zips off. I'm bored of zips. So what I really wanted to do was buy some of those envelopes that don't have the zips on, you know, the new lovely sleek looking flip-flap ones. I was going to get some of those, and then I realised that it would just be cheaper to just take the zips off. So that's what I did. So 20 quid came out of budgeted spends, and then family fun, we're taking out 25. Time for us is already empty. Everything's going to be empty by the end of this. Fuel is 160, 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60. In the tray, fuel is 60 that needs to come out. So 20, 40, 60 in the tray. The dentist is 25. And then actually this envelope is coming out because we don't need it. Don't know where to put it. Put it over there. And then car is empty and Help to Buy is the money that's in Help to Buy. So the binder is literally empty. We got no money, but hey ho, that's life. So that was everything, I think, that we actually needed to unstuff in real cash money. Budgeted spends 20, family fun 25, petrol 160, fuel 60 and dentist 25. Yeah, that was it. So how much do I actually have here? I'm not going to have as much as I thought I was going to have. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 290. Yeah, that's correct. So I need 210 of this for cash stuffing. So I need to take out 80, right? 20, 40, 60, 80. Let me just check. This is what I need, 210. 20, 40, 60, 81. 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 5, 10. Yeah, 210 for cash stuffing. And then I've got 9.50 off to the side. This 80 will be going back to the bank. So we'll pop that in the back to bank pouch. That's the last month's post-it. I should probably take that out. Right, so that's going back to the bank. And then we've got 210, 215, 219.50 to stuff. So I've got this in my hand, so I'm just going to pop it straight into floss. There we go. I'm dying to know how much is in there. Right, so that was that. So let's do some actual cash stuffing. So into the empty binder. It won't be empty for long. Budgeted spends is getting £5. Oh, that is so much easier to not have to play with the zips. I'm proud of myself for that decision. Family Fun is also getting £5. We don't have any £5 notes left. Time for Us needs £5. And that's it in this binder. Oh no, what are we going to do? I need to find some change. Oh, I know where there's some change. We will look in here. It's a bit of a random one today, sorry. So there is 20, so 10, 15, 20 and 20 in. Wow, I didn't realise there was that much money in Savopoly. That's quite a lot, isn't it? I might actually put that somewhere else. We'll see. I'll think about it through the next sort of 10 minutes or so. Right, so back to the binder then. So Time for Us is getting 5. That probably won't be the last time we need to look for money. Fuel is getting 40, 20, 40. And Huel is getting 10. And Huel, for anyone who doesn't know, is a meal subscription service. It's like meal replacement. And my husband uses that just to make sure that he gets enough calories in because he's rubbish at eating. Car, we do that with Car Alarma, and then Help to Buy is still 150. So that is that for that binder. And I'm loving the fact that there's no zips on there. That feels really nice. Right, so then into Oscar's binder. I've moved his vouchers into the pouch at the back because they were getting in the way and it was annoying. The less obstacles I have to deal with, the better. So Stuff is getting £5 and he's got 10 in there already, so he now has 15. Would have been really helpful if he had 15 in there, but never mind. Clubs is getting 10, but there's no 10s. Let's have a look where we can go. Father's Day. Oh, look at that. So we'll do 10, 5, 20, and there we go. That's better. So what was I on? What was I talking about? Clubs, £10. That's what we need. So there is now 50 in there, correct? Yeah, 50 in Clubs. School is getting £5. So there's now 25 in there. There should be more in there, actually. Hang on, I think we should have some change. Give me one sec. Ah, that's better. Yeah, so there is meant to be more in school. We took £30 out to get some bits and bobs for Oscar's catering lesson, and Ben didn't need it all, obviously, because 30 quid was quite a lot for a cheesecake. So we've got £14.40 left over from that. So let's put that in there as well. So we've got 35 now in school. And then all this change. So we've got £4 for cheeky bonus, and I'm trying not to giggle. I'll explain that in a minute. 20p for floss and 20p for Ben. Lovely. Did I put that in the right place? Yeah. School holidays, we do that in the binder, and back to school is getting a £5. There we go. So 20, 40, 45, 50 in back to school. Lushers. So that's it for Oscar's binder. So then we can go over to my binder, which is the fun binder with all the good stuff is. So let's start with hair isn't getting anything. That's part of that £25 that's staying in the bank. So if you didn't notice, I didn't stuff Italy myself. So yeah, the hair, which is normally 20 quid, and Italy, which is 5 quid, that's staying in the bank to cover the credit card. So nothing going in for hair. I don't know how much is in there, 24, 60 quid in there at the moment. So we are stuffing the laptop though, that needs £10. So 20 in, 10 out. I don't know why that's all the way back there. So we've got 20, 40, 60, 81, 110. I'll put that back in a sec. So another one of these. Ooh, 110. Should I take that 100 back to the bank as well? Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea, is it? 20, 40, 60, 81. So I'll pop that in the pouch. That can go back to the bank too. And then we'll pop one of these in there. So there's 110 in that top. Lovely. And next we have got Piggy Saver, which is for, what's this for? Is this the school holidays? Yeah. So 30 quid there. So 20, 30. So we have got 20, 40, 60, 81, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we're all done for the school holidays, which is lush. So I'm going to colour in these piggies. And we're all done. Oh, except I forgot his feet. And his feet. Oh, there we go. £150 saved for the school holidays. That's a win. I'm very, very happy about that. So what I'll do is I'll pop that straight into the school holidays folder. That will be staying in cash. I like to have that money in cash. But that is all there and ready. I'm wondering, do I need £10 notes? I might do. Let's swap just those. Yeah. Cool, so that is there for the May holidays, which is happening very soon. Lush. And then this can go in my little pile of success over there, and I'll take that out off camera. So then my niece's birthday, that is also being taken out, go us. So that's going on the success pile and then back into the back to the bank. Should have just left this to the side of me. And then my birthday is actually getting some money. It is getting £15. So 5 out and 20 in. So 20, 30, 45. And I need to colour in 5 of these. So I'll be back in a sec. There we go. That's all done. Happy days. So 20, 30, 45 in birthday for my birthday. And then Oscar's birthday is getting £10. So £10 in. And we just need to colour off one of these. There we go. So he now has 120, 40, 50, 60, 70. And again, do I need any more £10 notes? No, I think we're good. Maybe. No, we'll leave it. It's fine. So that's that for that. And then Father's Day is getting £5. So there's 35 in there. Slowly but surely with this one. But we're not in any particular rush at the minute, so that's all fine. There we go, so 35 in Father's Day. Right then, Carolama is getting £5 as well. So 5 out and 10 in, so there's 35 in there. And that's all coloured. Lovely. Oh, I am struggling. I've just got really, 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 really hot. Do you know, I think I am coming down with something. Oh no, that's not good. Hopefully not. Positive attitude. Right, so my sister has rounded this up to 800 and I don't know where we were. So we were on 750. So 760, 770, 780, 785, 790, 800. There we go. That's where we are on that one. Cool. Okay, so fun stuff now. Yay. That was a lot of effort. So let's play Savopoly. Let's have some fun. Let's just pop that to the side. So we have a £10 budget for this, which is this 5 and these 5 ones. So let's grab the stuff. So we ended up in jail last time, but I paid to get out. So we're starting from there. Give it a roll. Oh, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. Take a chance. Roll again or save £5. I'm just going to put in a fiver. Am I? Should I? Shall I? Oh no, let's live dangerously. I'm going to roll again. Oh no. tickets to Save Town. That's £10. I should have not taken the risk. Never mind. Cool. So £10 going into Savopoly. I need to remember to not make the same mistake as last week. So I need to use a combination of cash and coins, but I don't have zips on these anymore. So I have a new thing. This is my little pineapple money case. Isn't it cool? I bought loads of these. I'm going to show them in the video that I'm going to record later, which I might actually record tomorrow now. But yeah, so I got this to put the coins in for Savopoly. The only thing that bugs me about this is it was really cheap. It was from TEMU. The others were from Amazon, but it's really crinkly. And it's reminding me of something that I didn't like when I was a kid. I can't put my finger on it, but it's like making my skin crawl. So I might have to do some surgery and take, I don't know which bit's making the noise. Yeah, it's this inside bit. So I'm going to do some surgery and take that out because I don't like it. So £5 going in there. That's fun. And then £5 going in here. So there's now 50 quid in here now. Oh, okay. Okay, I've had a think. So I'm going to carry on playing this for however long it takes to tick off all of the bits and pieces. I don't know how long that's going to take. I'm thinking I might put that in Freedom. Oh, why not? There's no rules. I can still play a challenge, but put the money elsewhere. Cool. So this 50 quid is also going to go into Freedom. That's really exciting. Okay, good. Good decision. It's made me happy. That means it was a good decision. Cool. Okay. So that's that for that binder. So before we stuff Freedom, there was a lot of requests from you beautiful, beautiful people last week to put the money that's currently in charity into Freedom as well. So I had a thought about it, had a think about it, and I think you're probably right. I'm not going to put it all though. So this was saving up for a trip. So I was going to go and meet Esther and go to some charity shops and she can teach me her magical ways. And I still want to do that, but I don't need this much money to do that. So yeah, I'm going to put 20 quid into Freedom out of that as well. So thank you very much for all of your persistence, everybody who suggested I do that. So yeah, that is the plan. So let's have a look at Freedom then and see how much we've got to put in. This is going to be unreal. Okay, so let's have a look. So we have got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. That's not right. And 10, 20, 40, 60, 80. I didn't know that I had that much money just sort of lying around. Right, okay, cool. Right, this has changed the game, hasn't it? So let's have a look at what I can do. 25, yes, we can do that. Let's put that in there. I can't believe I'm stuffing this much money in one go. There's a 5. I'm going to hold off because I'm going to do that 25. And then there's another 5. There's another 25 and a 15. So between those two, they're 40, aren't they? 30, 40. Yeah, so I'll put a 20 in each of those. And then we've got 20 left. Oh, there's one at the back. Oh, yay, that worked out. Oh, what fun. I feel like the universe is like saying, yes, this is definitely the right decision. So good news. Love it. Happy. Right. So let's have a look at what we have left in here. I'm wondering whether I can finish this next week if I try. So 5, 10, 35. Oh, that's getting a bit big, isn't it? 50. Okay, 50 quid. That's my challenge to myself next week, is to find 50 quid out of the budget to put into Freedom. I can probably do it. I mean, we've come this far of me juggling the budget to put money into Freedom. So I'm sure I can do it one more time. Right then, so cheeky bonus. And apologies if this video has been just so odd. My energy is going up and down. My temperature's going up and down. I'm really not coping very well, and did random stuff that I wouldn't normally do. So yeah, let's have a bit of cheeky bonus. So we have got £4 to go into there. So 1 for Oscar. 1 for Oz, 1 for me, and oh, another 1 for me. 2 out, no, 2 in, 1 out. and a 5, which is charity. So 1. So charity now has 8. So let's have a look. So Oscar has got 1, Ben has 6, I have 3, Debt has 1, charity has 8, and gift is empty because, like has happened before, which is really odd, I'd forgotten about somebody's birthday, and when we realised we just had enough money in here, and that keeps happening with gifts where, yeah, it's odd. I don't know if that just means that I forget people's birthdays too often or what. But anyway, so that was it for Cheeky Bonus, all done. Actually, that was it for everything. Everything is done. We have done the lot. So yeah, that was quite a video in the end. So thank you so much if you stuck with me to the end. I really do appreciate it. If I manage to get a video up over the weekend, I will speak to you again then. But if not, I will see you next week for another cash stuffing. Anyway, so this week's affirmation: I am free to be whoever and whatever I want to be, which is lush. Anyway, thanks everybody. Bye.